This is Newcap News.
Well, after reports of fraudulent phone calls, the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation is urging people to be cautious when being asked for donations over the phone.
Good morning, Lloydminster Region Health Foundation.
The Health Foundation says they're aware of 2 people who claim they've been contacted by someone asking for donations. An advisory was then issued to warn donors.
We're just hoping that there weren't more people out there, and we're certainly hoping that there wasn't anybody that gave out any personal information or anything like that over the telephone.
The Health Foundation is reminding residents they would never solicit over the phone. They say the calls are coming from the United States, and residents in Lloydminster should be vigilant whenever they're asked for personal information over the phone.
We certainly advise, all the people in our community to really be cautious before you commit to a donation over the telephone or give out any personal information over the telephone.
This isn't the first time the foundation has been impersonated by a scam. They say this also happened last year. Since the advisory was issued, the Health Foundation hasn't heard of any more phone calls. And all eyes could be on Lloydminster come October as the city is seeking a bid to host the Pinty's Grand Slam of curling, with the potential to feature the border city on the national stage.
If we're able to get it, how are we able to showcase Lloyd in a way that people see it in a different light? It's not just a place to host the event, but it's a place to visit. And is there potential for a business to come here and set up? Is there potential for other sporting events to be hosted here?
The city is required to pay a $150,000 host fee as well as $10,000 for a local marketing initiative to enter a bid. In return, the city would receive the venue rental at a cost of $25,000, a piece of ticket sales and local sponsorships, concession revenue, and over 20 hours of national television coverage. With it, an expected economic impact of $1 million.
I think it's obviously a win-win for the city, and particularly when you look at hotel industries where there's no demand for restaurants that are coming up. This will fill and certainly help them stay afloat, and I think they provide jobs for people in the community.
North Battleford recently hosted the Grand Slam, generating $309,000 for the city in ticket sales alone. Local landowners now have a better understanding of their options when it comes to protecting wetlands. The Vermilion River Watershed Alliance hosted an open house to provide conservation ideas and information on possible funding. Brian Lentz reports.
So we need a sustainable, safe supply of good water.
The Vermilion River Watershed Alliance, part of the larger North Saskatchewan watershed, is encouraging farmers and landowners to take advantage of available grants and help protect wetlands and rivers on their property.
To maintain and improve the surface or the water quality, and also to improve and maintain the supply of groundwater.
Besides the environmental benefits, Mara Erickson says there are economical advantages as well.
It's a really win-win situation for both the ecosystem and the landowner, because it's been shown that cattle actually gain weight when they use the watering systems rather than drinking straight from the river or a wetland.
She adds there are 3 main programs for people to apply for grants at the provincial and federal level.
One of the biggest barriers is cost. The landowners here they're stewards of the land, and so by helping to protect the wetlands and the riparian areas, that's good for the entire community.
For more information or to apply for grants, go to the VRWA website. Brian Lentz, Newcap News.
Well, they say everybody loves a good story. Well, now the Lloydminster Public School Division and the city are working together to embrace the rich culture of First Nations people through Aboriginal Storytelling Month. Chantel Germo has more on plans for the curriculum moving forward.
February is Aboriginal Storytelling Month in Saskatchewan. However, this is the first year the City of Lloydminster is acknowledging and participating in the movement to increase student academic success in school curriculums.
All the stories were originally orally, and the way they were used to teach about ways of life or to educate, inform, or entertain. And we need to continue to keep that alive. So it's important for us to share those stories with our youth and have them carry them forward.
Students as well as elders will be visiting schools all over Lloydminster throughout the month to read stories and engage in cultural activities with the youth and even members of City Council.
We get to help youth learn about culture And it's not just First Nations children, but all around the community. And yeah, I feel glad about being part of this group.
We were never really accepted into our own country, and now to be able to be in this stage of renewal and progression, I just think it's honoring again, and to be able to share our culture with everyone.
The group will continue to celebrate with schools for many years to come and hopes to plan more with the support of the community.
It's just starting, and we hope to have other community members participated in the future, our libraries, and have other storytellers come into maybe the Root or different places, and have people come in and listen to the stories. So yes, we have big plans for the future.
Bruce hopes to engage more students in the Aboriginal culture through experiencing the traditions, legends, and teachings of these activities. Chantel Germo, Newcap News.
Well, in the winter months, it can often be challenging for families with young children to find playtime. At Midwest Family Connections, the Little Sneakers program aims to give kids a fun introduction to socializing and activity. Josh Ryan has more in this week's Healthy Living.
Very low. Wave your streamer fast.
Kids and parents are getting active and creative each week through the Little Sneakers program, encouraging active play at a very young age.
That's one of the things that isn't stressed enough in our society, is playing with your kids and getting in there and doing things with them, because that's how they learn, is by interaction with the parent.
There's also a focus on interacting with other children in order to have better social skills when they begin play school and preschool.
It's kind of the building blocks for the rest of life when we build those social and emotional connections at this age.
That's the main appeal for mothers like Denise Willier, who brings her daughter Lila to Little Sneakers.
She's starting to interact with other kids and stuff like that, so she needs to learn how to share and all that stuff.
There's benefits for the parents as well, who join in the activities and get to interact with other adults.
Sometimes in the winter we get kind of closed up in our homes and we aren't getting out as much, and so this is a place where mums can come and kind of meet other mums and interact.
And allowing the kids to have fun in turn leads to a reduction of stress.
She burns a lot of energy, right? And then I'm not at home constantly having to entertain her, so it works out for both of us.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
The use of technology is being seen as one way to secure farm sustainability. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow finds out about a funding program that producers need to access before the deadline window closes.
Technology is the answer to keeping the agriculture industry environmentally sustainable.
Technology in agriculture was the focus of a recent one-day seminar for producers in Melfort. One of the topics was farm stewardship, which is a federal provincial program under Growing Forward 2. Farm stewardship involves practices that can be implemented on the farm for beneficial management. Called BMPs for short, they support better quality air, water, soil and biodiversity resources. Charlotte Gaylor is the ag technician for the Carrot River Valley Watershed Association.
Farmers have been described as the main stewards of the land. They rely on good quality soil and good quality water to actually make their operations run, so it's very important to them.
Technology is also helping producers to collect data.
To know what is the best management practice to employ, what benefits the environment, what benefits the producer, you need information. If you don't have information and data collected, you don't have the science behind it, you don't know what is the best practice.
Funding is available under Growing Forward 2 for implementing beneficial management practices. There are 26 different BMPs divvied up into several categories, including land management and controlling erosion, mitigating the impact livestock can have on the environment, waste control, grain bag recycling, and used oil storage.
The producer must own or operate a minimum of 320 acres, and they must bring in a minimum of $35,000 in gross farm income. They must file Saskatchewan income tax and be a Saskatchewan resident.
And the same rules apply if you're farming in Alberta. As Growing Forward 2 wraps up this year, the deadline to apply is fast approaching. Producers need to contact their local agri-environmental group technician and do an environmental farm plan.
applications, the pre-approval applications under the program, must be submitted by June 30th, 2017.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
The Lloydminster Bantam AAA Bobcats seem to have risen from the dead. The team has completely turned things around after playing much of the season in last place. A win over Edmonton KC Wednesday would put the team within a win of a playoff spot. Lance Phillips with more.
The AAA Bobcats are rolling. The team improved its record to 4-0-1 over its last 5 games with a 3-2 win over Knights of Columbus at the Civic Wednesday. 2 first-period goals paced the Bobcats to their 10th win of the season, and the Knights' play was indicative of what's been happening all season.
The guys have worked their butts off all year, and we've been in a lot of games, and we're finding the back of the net now, and we're moving the puck well. And like I said, those little habits of communicating, stopping on the puck, moving the puck. Our defensemen jumping up in the play. They're working now, so that's why I think we're seeing success.
Wins are starting to fall into place for a team that in some ways has changed its approach, and in some ways it hasn't.
We kind of wanted to be more puck focused, and now we're more set the tone, hit first, ask questions later, and then do the puck stuff after, which is working out for us.
The boys believe in the room. It's a close group, and they stick together and they're having fun, and they had fun coming to the rink even when we were losing. We just weren't getting that result.
The players are having fun and enjoying the game more, but they aren't the only ones. Johnson himself admires what they're doing and is enjoying the product.
We were talking about it just in intermissions, how awesome the game is, how great they move the puck, how awesome it is just to watch, right? I know we still have to, have our coaches' hats on behind the bench, but it's beautiful hockey, and they're having fun playing it, and I hope the fans, enjoy it as well, because it's fast and it's exciting.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
And the Bonnyville Pontiacs have some players dealing with nagging injuries, and that means some calls were made giving some unsuspecting players a chance with the big club. One of those players is Josh Baker. The Edmonton native played his first game as a Pontiac January 21st in a fight-filled affair at home to Grand Prairie.
Just to get the call last night, it was very exciting, and then I got a bit of everything today. It was a crazy game. Everything happened, it seemed. So it's just nice to be out here.
It's a difficult situation, driving 2 hours from Edmonton, getting inserted into a new dressing room where he's meeting new guys.
It's not Baker's first stint in the AJHL. The 17-year-old played with another club, but said there's no comparison between playing for his old team versus the Pontiacs.
Oh, it's great. I was at Spruce Grove at the start of the year, and it was just nothing compared to this. This is just like a family, and they just welcome you right in, and it's very fun.
Baker played on a line with Dylan Stewart and Brandon Whistle, contributing to the Pontiac's opening goal.
I think he did great. Same with Hogan there. They both got assists tonight. I mean, that's always good for your first AJ game for Josh. But yeah, I thought they played great.
I thought it was pretty good outside a couple penalties, but it was just nice to get an assist off a very nice play by Holter Huss.
Effort's there. It's obviously he's a high-skill guy, and we think he's going to be a great player. And he certainly tonight didn't do anything to show us that he's not going to be a player in the future that's going to be able to make an impact at the junior A level.